Kevin Stefanski has responded to Myles Garrett erupting on the sideline, but more importantly, the Shedeur Sanders trade. I'm here to tell you, look like those Shedeur Sanders trade rumors is starting to pick up major steam. And I'm talking about from the New York Jets, man. It's making mainstream media that the New York Jets is really targeting Shedeur Sanders. They want him in New York. And what better place will it be for Shedeur to be? New York, the Big Apple, his type of scenery.
Cleveland is in total meltdown mode tonight. What started as another frustrating press conference has turned into a full-blown NFL earthquake. Kevin Stefanski stood in front of reporters, calm as ever, while the rest of the league was losing its mind over one name, Shedeur Sanders.
Why wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
If he had said to you guys, hey, I want to play, I can play, I mean, would that have factored into this at all? Or what was the thinking behind that and how'd that go?
Yeah, he obviously came in Saturday with his back injury. We were hopeful that he'd be able to move around well enough to suit up on Sunday, but put him through a pregame warm-up, and obviously just didn't feel like he was ready.
Reports are flying everywhere that the New York Jets are officially targeting him. And suddenly, the entire football world feels like it's spinning out of control. It's chaos in Cleveland, confusion in New York, and panic spreading across every NFL feed. Because if the Browns really are shopping Shedeur Sanders, then something far bigger is going on behind the scenes. It all started with whispers, little rumors, quietly bouncing around social media that the Jets were exploring a deal for Shedeur.
Tell you, it ain't no guarantee that they gonna get him. But one thing I can tell you is that the Cleveland Browns allegedly told the Jets that they wanted a second-round pick to let Shedeur go. Now, if that is the case, and that is true, everything we've been saying is true. Shedeur was blackballed. This whole thing he was blackballed. How the hell y'all want a second-round pick from a fifth-round quarterback for a fifth-round quarterback?
Then, suddenly, those whispers got louder. Insiders claiming meetings happened, that the Jets see Sanders as the missing spark they desperately need. And honestly, who could blame them? This is a team that's been drowning in quarterback drama since the dawn of time. The lights, the cameras, the chaos. New York is exactly the kind of stage built for Shedeur. But in Cleveland, those same rumors sound like betrayal. Inside the Browns building, it feels like a silent war. Stefanski steps to the podium and dodges questions like a politician in damage control mode.
Buckle up for more Dillon Gabriel after the bye week, everybody. Kevin Stefanski had his press conference today and a very interesting back and forth with Mary Kay Cabot. She asked him some questions about Shedeur Sanders and the back tightness that held him out of yesterday's game. And some of the nuggets in there were quite interesting, if you ask me. So she said Shedeur mentioned in the locker room yesterday, either before or after the game, that it wasn't his decision not to be active in the game yesterday. Now, I know that's not always a big deal because obviously it is the medical staff and the coaching decision whether or not a player is going to be active and all that kind of stuff. But for the player to actually voice that, that's the interesting part. So Shedeur himself.
Reporters press him. Is Shedeur healthy? Why isn't he playing? Was it his choice to sit out? Stefanski gives short, robotic answers. That's not my focus, he says, over and over. And fans aren't buying it for a second. The internet lights up instantly. He doesn't like Shedeur. He's blackballing him. He's protecting his guy, Dillon Gabriel. Theories spiral out of control because for weeks it's been obvious Stefanski's tone changes whenever Shedeur's name comes up.
Time for the Jets to acquire Shedeur Sanders from the Cleveland Browns. And someone tell me why that's a bad idea. And I don't want to hear about it's a circus. It's a circus? What's this? What the hell is this that we're watching? Circus! That's a circus. Bad, crappy football is a circus. The Jets should have drafted this guy, I don't know, second, third, fourth. They got a million opportunities to draft him. He has not gotten an opportunity in Cleveland. I don't really care about the Cleveland Browns, so I'm not going to fight their battles. I'll let Josina Anderson take care of that. All I'm saying is I see a talent, a guy I think we all talked about him as a guy that could at least be a serviceable starting quarterback in the NFL. They are not giving him a chance in Cleveland.
He'll praise Gabriel's progress for 5 minutes straight, but can't muster one honest sentence about Sanders. And when Shedeur told reporters after the game that it wasn't my decision not to play, That's when everything exploded. The Browns claimed he had a back issue. But anyone who's watched this team knows what that really means. Somebody upstairs made a choice, and it wasn't about health. Fans can smell the politics from a mile away. The so-called injury story doesn't line up. He was practicing. He warmed up before kickoff.
Yeah, that answer made no sense to me.
That made no sense, and I'll be honest with you, I think he knew it made no sense.
Okay, so wait.
There's no defending that kind of answer.
No, there isn't. So are you making the suggestion? And Wes, I don't even know. You might be dead on the money on this one. Okay, I want to flesh this thing out completely here. That Stefanski will play Dillon Gabriel, and if they at any point say you have to go to Shedeur, he'll just continue to say no and no and no, and you know the end result of that.
Yes,
he's asking to get fired.
Yes, or I think there's a lot
like mid-season, he's asking to get fired. Either I play Dillon Gabriel and I'm not moving to Shedeur, and if you want me to move to Shedeur, guess what? You have to fire him.
He wanted to go. Yet somehow, he's on the sideline, watching the Browns offense sputter through another disaster. That's when it hits everyone. This isn't about injury. This is about ego. This is about control. It's the same old Browns, burying talent just to prove a point. And right on cue, the New York Jets come crashing into the storyline like gasoline on a bonfire. Reports claim their front office is buzzing with talk about Shedeur. They're desperate, quarterback hungry, and looking to make a splash. Analysts on every show start saying it out loud. If the Jets want to save their season,
Evan is standing his ground with Dillon 100%. And the idea that your hand-picked quarterback who just played, listen, are the receivers great? Absolutely not. Is the offensive line a bunch of world beaters? Certainly not. Quinshawn couldn't make a 4-yard run to save his ass yesterday, right? It was a brutal day at the offense. And somehow, your hand-picked quarterback was the worst thing on it. And Kevin Stefanski still standing by him. That is the proof that he believes in Dillon and he doesn't believe in Shedeur. Right or wrong, he's making a stand on these quarterbacks. I don't think that's even denied.
they need to go get Shedeur Sanders. ESPN runs it. FS1 debates it. Twitter melts down. The idea of Shedeur in New York starts to sound less like a rumor and more like destiny. But then the real madness begins. Reports surfaced that Cleveland told the Jets they'd only trade Shedeur for a second-round pick. A second-round pick for a fifth-round quarterback who barely gets snaps? Fans can't believe it. Analysts call it laughable. But others see it differently. Maybe Cleveland's trying to price him out to make sure nobody actually takes him. That's when the blackballed theory starts gaining serious traction. Commentators call it sabotage. Fans call it revenge. Everyone's wondering the same thing. What did Shedeur do to make this team turn on him like this? Meanwhile, on the field, it's pure chaos. Myles Garrett erupts on the sideline, throwing his helmet, screaming, losing it completely. It's raw emotion from a player sick of watching his team implode. That moment becomes a symbol of everything wrong with the Browns. The frustration, the confusion, the anger, it's all boiling over. And Kevin Stefanski? He's just standing there, calm as ever, talking about execution and staying focused. It's that calmness that drives fans insane. Because when the whole franchise looks like it's falling apart, the coach acting like nothing's wrong just feels insulting. He keeps repeating phrases like, "We're evaluating," and "we'll put players in the best positions," while the entire locker room looks ready to explode. Reporters keep pressing, but Stefanski refuses to crack. One journalist asks if Shedeur's benching was about discipline or injury. He just smiles and says, "That's not my focus right now." Fans lose it. What do you mean it's not your focus? It's your quarterback. It's your offense. It's your season falling apart. It's becoming painfully obvious. Stefanski has no intention of putting Shedeur back on that field. Not this week. Maybe not ever.
Loves Bailey Zappi. He wants to give Zappi some reps down the stretch because it'll be over Stefanski's dead body that Shedeur gets any reps. So all I can say after I watched the fourth round of Dillon Gabriel stink, Shedeur is way better than Dillon Gabriel. So all I can hope now with the trade deadline approaching, I really hope somebody trades for Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Or I really hope as they go into their bye week that Jimmy Haslam says, you know, I've seen enough of Kevin Stefanski. I'm going to change. And one of those two is going to have to happen. Somebody's got to go if Shedeur has any chance to play at all this year or any year for the Cleveland Browns.